Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, it's 13:22. Oh, okay. Just a 22 jumping out at me and made me go, oh, I'm not sure why. Okay. I felt really drawn to come on to do a live, like the early hours of this morning, like the energy really shifted. Around midnight, I'd say. And then it kind of shifted again. I'm not looking at what that was. Well, I can't, it's gone. Let's not have a strange reading today. Okay. So, I was going to do a reading, and then all of the three cats appeared. We had Tia Lula, who's my little one. She was sitting on the edge of the table. We had Lily, who was sitting up there on the counter. And then we had Jasper. Now, it was Jasper who was a bit of an issue last night. So, I was kind of like pulling some cards to see what this energy shift was. And he just started to like swipe for me every time I went to kind of touch the cards. And he kind of changed all the energy in me. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do a live then. And this was about 1 o'clock. Very bizarre. Anyway. And, well, let's just check out what this energy is. I'm going to do a Celtic Cross. I might need to move the microphone. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just shift up this way a little bit. It works. Let's look at the situation then that we're looking at. What are the challenges? What's gone on? Okay. What is this current energy? I know you want to... Oh, okay, you want to. That's the current energy. Let's have a look at moving into the future. 3 cards. Right, okay, we're just going to have to budge you up just a little bit. I don't know why I don't just move the headphones that I use as a microphone. Seems to be the best option I found as of yet. Okay, let's have a look at how this person's viewing themselves. Yes, let's. What was really bizarre is I'd had a Skype call with somebody and we were talking about cats. Like, we were so seriously talking about this, about how you can give a cat like so much love and then all of a sudden they just like nip at you. And it's like it's too overwhelming for them. And it's a trust. It's a trust thing because they've kind of, you know, but they've surrendered. And they're lapping it up. And then it's just too much and they kind of go for you. And that's what I felt with Jasper last night. He come back later a completely different like person. That was another thing that I noticed. Was that he looked younger. Jasper looked younger. Got Mr. Maintenance guy out there. I'm going to take that card because I'm talking about how others perceive, okay, this situation. And I was on the phone to someone and I said, look at Jasper. I said, but he looks younger. Now, I don't experience this. I went out last night to see my eldest daughter and I saw they were both home, herself and her partner, her divine masculine. And when I saw him over Christmas, I haven't seen them since Boxing Day. But over Christmas, I looked at him and I said to him, are you okay? You look extremely grey and pasty. And he said he was fine. He was fine. But I noticed that he was looking a bit skinny. Reminded me of what I said about the Divine Feminine yesterday. Looking very tired. And when I walked in there yesterday, I looked and he looked like a young lad again. It was kind of like when I knew him when he was 16, but not. It was like he had really, I suppose, all the harshness, all the challenges that, you know, we've kind of been through over the last two years just with them two kind of coming back into union. he just looked so much more, I don't know, he looked younger. Anyway, so, but I noticed it with Jasper. But he came back, Jasper, and he was totally different. He was very loving, but anyway. Let's have a look at any hopes or fears. An outcome, please. Okay. Got lots of 2s. We got a 3 for the future energy. I'm going to move the microphone now. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's come back to centre. Let's have a look at this. I've got a nice lemon and lavender candle burning here. Calming, soothing, lavender and lemon. Lemons, hot lemons, reminds me of when you are poorly, you have a cold. The lavender to help you sleep. My mum absolutely adored lavender. She really only got to know my first daughter. Emily was, I think Emily was 2 when my mum made her transition, which meant that my eldest would have been, I don't know, 5. And Megan does remember her nan, but my mum used to give her little lavender bags. It's something we had when we was at home anyway. When I was younger, there would be lavender bags in your underwear drawers, and you'd put one under your pillow, and there was lavender everywhere in the garden. While we talk about lavender, soothing, helps you to sleep, it's calming. Okay, lavender bags. Oh, I want to sing lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green. When I am king, dilly dilly, you shall be queen. Call up your men, dilly dilly, set them to work. I don't remember the rest. I used to have this nursery rhyme book. I was like addicted to it. Absolutely loved reading nursery rhymes and singing nursery rhymes. I sang them mostly to myself, but I did like nursery rhymes. I'm just having a look at what's going on here. The situation is a passionate page. Okay. The challenge is the Queen of Wands and the Moon. So I feel there's a lot of passion here. And as the masculines are getting closer, they have to retreat. Because there's things that are hidden. It's like they want to experience the love, but they're not being authentic. As in, it's kind of a little bit selfish is coming through. Okay. What's happened in the past is, I feel the masculines have actually spoken to somebody about this, like in the physical. I'm going to say what comes through as it just comes through. But straight away it took me to, he's been discussing this. So I feel the divine masculine has been speaking about the divine feminine. Maybe about some secrets. So maybe she is the secret. And he's discussing her quite proudly. Okay, so what's the current energy then? The current energy is the divine masculine. For one, I've got to tickle. And there's nothing there, but the divine masculine's feeling very positive and energized. So by talking about this, it's kind of spurring him on, which could have been that energy last night coming through. The divine feminine doesn't know about this. I'm still not picking up an unfounded fear. I'm picking up this going with the flow, zero interference. This has to be the divine masculine's start, new start, revelation. So let's look into the future energy. I will show you these cards in a moment because I know I haven't shown you them all. Because I'm too busy singing normally. We've got communication coming in with the devil and the strength. I felt like the devil wanted to come before. Sorry, just the word come. Let's not go there today, please. Let's keep it clean. Keep it clean. The addiction here to the connection, the devil. This is really spurring on, wanting to communicate with the divine feminine. She might She might have to help him get his words out a little bit. She might have to prise his mouth open. That's what I feel. Help him with his communication. He may be stumbling a little bit. It's like he's practicing his speech, his words. Maybe asking others whether this is, you know, the approach he should take. But he's definitely getting some kind of clarity here. Let's have a look at what's going on behind the scene that Divine has got its hands on. This is good to see. This is when... Oh, come back. Well, no, don't come back. But you don't want the past heartache coming back. But that's kind of slipped away now. Just fallen away, and it's beautiful when it happens quite naturally. And you just, you move on. Life carries on. That's what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. Learning to truly be able to take out those swords yourself. You're in control of this. You can leave the past in the past now. You need to take those swords out to allow this heart to heal. Okay. So, let's say the divine masculine. How is he viewing himself? Being directed from divine. He knows his place. He knows his place in this world. They're just about to be given the keys. Oh, that's interesting. My daughter, I spoke before about my eldest daughter, how she connects with stuff that I don't because, like she said, I'll be way too excited. So I see her. Is that even correct English? I don't know. I see her last night. And she always tells me about all these stories. And my daughter's so much a masculine energy, my eldest daughter. But to look at her, you wouldn't. She is so divine feminine. She's stunning. She's beautiful. And very feminine. But her actions, she did have a really tough skin. But anyway, that's all kind of transformed. But she tells me these stories quite as if it's just everyday kind of stuff. She doesn't message me straight away. But this stuff, I know that a lot happens to her just as she closes her eyes before she goes to sleep at night. Now, she's already had Jesus Christ visit her and shine this orb of light, like directly into her eyes. I'm sure she'll tell you at some point herself. She'll be better at telling you, but this is what happened. This was a while back. And she said it looked like it was Jesus, and he just shined all, and something about a piercing. It was either a piercing noise, but something happened between her ears. I don't know if she said something like a gunshot, not sure. And then she could see everything that was in the room. So the room was pitch black at night, but after this piercing light, she opened her eyes and she could see everything. Anyway, that's that one. That's the Jesus visitation that she had. This is the point where I'm kind of going to Emily, why doesn't this stuff happen to me? And Megan's like, Mum, because of that. Because you're just so, you know, too excited about it all. So Megan gets to experience all this kind of stuff. So she told me that she was falling asleep. I don't know when. In between, obviously, Boxing Day and yesterday. She was falling asleep. And who appeared? It was pitch black, she said, like her eyes were closed, and an angel appeared. The biggest angel. And she actually said to me, I don't know if she knows her angels. She said it was Archangel. She said, Mum, it looked like Archangel Gabriel. And I said, okay, take it that it is them. She said, but this time, she said, massive, absolutely massive angel wings. And she said, but this time, he shone another orb, but straight into her. I can't remember how she told me. I'm just more in awe about listening to these and her telling me. It's like kind of proper crazy chat. Mum, daughter crazy chat. And, but what she said afterwards, she said, I forgot to tell you. There is a point I'm telling you this, okay? he shone it through a keyhole. She said, and it just kind of appears, and it was a keyhole, and that's where the light shone through from the archangel. It was like she could see the archangel, and then all of a sudden this keyhole, and it shone the light into her. I can't remember if it, I think Jesus done it straight into her eyes. I think this was straight into the core of her body. And that took me to through the keyhole. Maybe they've had a peek through the keyhole. She did say to me she can't remember her dreams, but she does know that she's very much dreaming. She used to run a lot in her dreams, but at the moment she can't remember them. But she feels, she kind of agrees with we're extremely busy whilst we're sleeping. Very tired she is. Actually, both of them are tired. So her divine masculine is looking very much younger. But he's had a shift since the new year. My daughter, I mean, she's only 19, and she said to me, I don't think I really want to work anymore. So she's going through some struggles with her work and dealing with that. And also, so is he. He was going in kind of management position, and he's kind of pulled out, and he says, I don't want to be part of that kind of environment of management. He said, I kind of want to work for myself. So they're going through that at the moment, and they're together, and then, I don't know, they seem to be clearing up their flat. It looks like they're kind of prepared. I don't know whether they're moving or what opportunities are coming for them, but there seems to have been a shift this year. Let's have a look at how this is affecting others and how others are viewing this. A Knight of Swords, so the Divine Masculine's getting a shifty on. All of a sudden, they've kind of, a bit like the cats, they've got the wind up their tail. And just because the trees are blowing in the opposite direction, he's going to be against the wind, isn't he? Because these winds are blowing the other way, which means the wind's kind of coming towards him. He's charging into the wind. I don't know why I'm saying that. Hopes or fears? Union, King of Cups, the Divine Masculine. I sang this song yesterday. It might have been when, I don't know if when I pulled that card, but it's coming up now. And it's Rod Stewart, Sting, and Bryan Adams. Let's make it all for one, and all for love. Let the one you hold be the one you want. The one you need. Gone way out of tune, but hey. Love runs deeper than that. Love's forgiving. That feeling. Doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anything. The strongest wind is not going to stop the Divine Masculine. That's what I felt with that. It's doing it all for love. Let's have a look at the outcome. Beautiful. I'm going to put it back that way. Walking towards a legacy. There's no first of all, deterrent. There's no deterrent here. It's just he's going for the legacy. I'd even covered up any kind of other authority. He knows where he's heading to. Okay, so that looks like that's what the maybe the snappiness of the pussycat last night. I swear, he got himself caught up in my jumper. I tried to release him, and he's hissing at me, and it's like, you have your paw caught in me, and it was like, I'm gonna pull down my other arm to try. It was scary. It was like, what's happened to you? And then I don't know. I think he's got it out of his system now. It's like he didn't trust me. He actually, I remember now, he actually went to the corner and he stood in the corner by the fridge, just here, by this little bit here. And he sat down there and he had his face in the corner. Because I'm kind of looking down, Jasper, you attacked me, you know, why are you in the corner? Anyway, bloody cats, bloody men, bloody divine masculines, eh? Right, okay. Let's clarify, because I need to show you these really. We're going to use the Everyday Tarot again. Yes, things change every day. Okay, not the easiest box to open up. And I've just done my nails. Oh, do you learn? Oh, well, it is what it is. There's never the right time, is there? Okay, we've got the Page of Wands. This is a situation, guys. The Divine Masculine. His head's held up high. The thing is, he does look like he's looking at a little bit dirty. We're going to get his penis. So there is this sexual energy here. We've spoken about maybe constant masturbation. This could still be going on. You want to see what I'm seeing, so you'll understand why I'm saying this, because all I can see is that with the masculine. So that looks quite erect. It's standing alert. You've got the Queen here, and then you've got secrets, maybe of what's going on at night. Okay, let's see the whole image. Come here, Page of Wands. He's got 3 little mounds here. Come on, let's keep it clean. Oh, see. Little mini explosions. It's not my fault. I didn't design these cards. Say what you see, say what you see. Okay, the Tower. No, because it might be too shocking. There's something he's keeping from the Divine Feminine. And seeing as she's the only one in the picture here, she might find it quite shocking news. Now, what's interesting is there's three flames. And the lightning's kind of struck that one on its own. So I don't know what the news is. It could be that someone's out of the picture. Or that just the Divine Masculine's been quite passionate here. And I feel maybe the Divine Feminine, just because I'm talking about, you know, self-satisfaction and the Divine Feminine not knowing about that, might come as a bit of a shock, what he has to say. Because we've got the Divine Feminine here. Let's just clarify her on her own. It's like she's interested in watching things grow. So it's like she finds this quite intriguing news, hearing the Divine Masculine secrets. There is a strong sexual energy coming out here, guys. Because she's definitely watching something. I spoke about in the past energy, it looks like the Divine Masculine's been discussing some things, okay? Maybe teaching them, I don't know, some tricks of the trade. I feel like kind of sexual tricks here. And I want to say about sexual trips. So this could be the Divine Masculine actually telling people maybe about his relationship with the feminine. She's here watching something grow. Okay, and I felt it was like, so maybe they wasn't in the physical together. She has her hand around this rod. Again, there's no masculine here. Home secrets. I don't know if I want to say home truths. Some home truths. Some home truths would only come in if this was a third-party situation. And the Divine Masculine has discussed the Divine Feminine to any, if probably I'd say not a current partner, but to anybody who maybe is, who else is in the picture. There's definitely secrets coming out here. I want to say regarding maybe sexual activity, thoughts. with the Divine Feminine. But I was going to clarify them separately, wasn't I? Let's stick to the plan. The Magician. Oh, yeah, definitely tricks of the trade. Things that maybe the masculine and feminine have done together. The masculine's passing on this information. It brought me to the ground, and like dirty talk come through. So the Divine Masculine may be expressing fantasies with others. He's definitely guiding them. As soon as he's standing on the bench, I'm not sure if he's admitting it's him or whether he's just telling stories that have people intrigued. Let's look at the moon here. It does look like they look intrigued here. The High Priestess. Truths. With the moon, the High Priestess it's the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is the moon. She's kind of staring at the Magician, and there's a little chatty bird outside. Because she's got this jester's hat on, I felt as if she's looking at the Magician, who might be telling some dirty tales, dirty truths. Because I felt her kind of look at him as if to say, are you serious? Like, you said that to that kind of. Because there's secrets that need to come out. So I believe the Divine Masculine's been sharing a lot more than what the Divine Feminine thinks he would share. It's like it's a secret that's too good to be a secret. So in the end, you kind of, it gradually comes out. I feel like I have a runny nose. I really feel like I need to go and get some tissue. That lemon and lavender. It's like soothing all the congestion. Didn't think I was congested, but hey. We'll keep an eye on it. If I need to go and get some tissue, then I will have to. Let's look at this Three of Pentacles, because we've got this chatty energy. Like I said, he's on the bench. He's telling stories. It's slowly coming out. It's like bit by bit with the chipping away here. I'm not sure if these people are putting puzzle pieces together and realise that maybe they are his stories. Six of Pentacles, the feminines again. Like just looking at the masculine's past energy. It's like while she was busy balancing out her energy, working with, you know, what's that, other feminines, bringing in the balance here of giving and receiving, but it's most definitely the feminines here. And they're all masculines. They are bringing in the balance. It's being discussed. So this is either ask. I know this sounds silly, but you know, if you were going to go and ask, I mean, I've never done this, but if you was ever going to go and ask, and I've never had it done to me, to be honest with you, I think I just know. But if someone comes to you and said, I've got this friend who's got this problem, you know where I'm going. You know, what would you say to them? And you know that kind of like they're talking about themselves. That kind of energy. That's what's going on there. So, let's have a look. It's like my throat chakra's gone. It's like, shh, don't tell them. It's like, why? If it's a good story, tell people. As long as it's loving and kind and it makes you feel good and smile, makes you happy that you were alive, they are the experiences we should be sharing. Those ones that were joyful, that made us feel alive and happy. But the Divine Feminine doesn't know. She's just going with the flow. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to check out the Sun first. Let's see what he's up to. Communicating the Hierophant. Got these keys again. Current energy, the Sun. And who lives in a house like this? Through the keyhole. Just getting that element of that surprise. Seriously. Let's not even play with the unicorns. We might have to now. It's just surprise. The Divine Feminine here. Okay. Ace of Swords. Let's have a look. What's going on? The Divine Masculine carrying this lantern, this star energy, this torch that's been guiding him. So if the Divine Feminine's in this state of following divine, so is the Divine Masculine. And who lives in a house like this? Well, it looks like, I feel like he's just arriving. People are welcoming him. Or he could be preparing his, because he's talking. This could be as in whose kind of neighbourhood do you go to? Because first of all, I felt it was, he was arriving, but the masculine's talking to people his end. Okay. Maybe it's up for communication. I don't know. This could be, you know, maybe a problem. Because we've got travel, relocation. This could be something that maybe is getting in the way. And it might be something that the Divine Masculine doesn't want to speak about, hence why the Divine Feminine might need to help him with his communication regarding location. Okay, let's have a look at the Devil. The Five of Swords, considering there's two females on here, if this was a third party situation, the Divine Masculine may be apprehensive about bringing the Divine Feminine into his current location, but then there's going to be issues, and that really shouts out this here, decisions that need to be made, okay? But it's about really, do you bring your future into your past environment? So, looks like there might need to be conversations here, but there is a surrender. This is kind of but if the Divine Masculine has commitments and has built a life where he is, it may not be that easy just to up and leave. So this could be one of the conflicts. Codependency, others being dependent upon the Divine Masculine. There's definitely not just one woman in the picture here. I've picked up on it, and this card can actually mean a third party situation. The same with the Three of Cups. Okay. So there's the Devil. So let's look at this Eight of Wands. I felt like this was the truth. The truth coming in. We've already had the Eight of Wands. It was clarifying the Sun with the Hierophant. This is like kind of about it's time to tell the truth. I did say there were some things that the Divine Masculine, you know, he wants to come in with this passion at the beginning, and then it's like, but I'm not actually being authentic, I'm not telling the truth. So he kind of knows that he'll be contacting the Divine Feminine, and he's aware that there's some things that maybe he should be telling her, but He's just not brave enough to. Okay, so let's have a look at this Eight of Wands. So there's some denial going on here. It's just a fear. It's kind of like, let's not focus on that, we'll focus on this. But this is a big block. The Eight of Wands. So this is communication, relocation, travel. It's normally at a distance. The messages that need to be sent through the air. Okay, this can kind of make a bit more sense now, because I said that this was the masculine maybe talking, or maybe about experiences he's had with the divine feminine, maybe sexual encounters, but whilst they haven't been together, like kind of naughty stuff they've done kind of whilst they've been communicating. And I feel here, this is, the masculines may be discussing, he's feeling a lot more positive. Excuse me. I feel like this might be, it could work. Like they can have a long distance relationship if that's what needs to be. Okay, we're going to clarify this here. Because we then have the Strength card. And there's no kind of real home here that I can see. So I feel here this is about the masculines speaking to the divine feminines about this. This is the divine feminine, and she's kind of like, I want to call her the nurse or the medicine woman. It's like there's a solution. She always finds a solution. She's solution orientated. Okay. It's like the divine masculine will feel so much more better once he's spoken about this. It's like it wasn't as bad as what he thought it will be. So let's look at this Eight of Wands. We'll get back to this. Let's look at this. So it's about the connection. It's like there's lots to talk about joining together, merging lives. Okay. So not only is there this love to declare, there's also all this passion and then the future. How do you merge in the physical? Because the spiritual merging's taken place. So how do you now merge in the physical? If this is going to work, how? How do we do it? But it needs both of them to be able to communicate that. Okay. Let's see what wants to clarify this Strength card. The Two of Swords. I just felt the feminine's intuition. It's what I really felt was the divine masculine asking, how do we do that? And the feminine saying, it's okay, I'll go away and meditate, or I'll check. I'll see what divine says. That's what I felt with that. It's the feminines here who allow zero interference. They've learnt to trust their own intuition. Two of Swords is about being at a crossroads, not knowing which path to take. You go with him. That's the guidance. You don't know which path to take. You go within and wait for guidance. So going on behind the scenes is this heartache. Understanding that you need to pull out those swords, leave the past in the past. You can move on. If you've left this in the past, sunnier days are guaranteed. That takes me then to that wind that I was talking about. It's like a change in the wind. Let's look at the Three of Swords first. Two of Wands. The feminine will help. The feminine is very secure and stable within her passionate energy. It's like she's holding things up quite well. But she also has the plans. I wanted to say she also has the crystal ball. So it's like, oh, there's an alarm out there. Okay. Everything's kind of safe because she can see into the future. Also compassion come through here, as if the divine, because she's looking up at the heartache, knowing that this too shall pass. So she's keeping her posture here. Now, how the Divine Masculine's viewing himself? Well, I've spoken about a few things. I think they've had a glimpse through the keyhole. They've definitely been enlightened. And they're being directed. They're just waiting for the go-ahead. And then they're off. Like at the races. They're off. Let's look at the hyphens. How the Divine Masculine is viewing himself. It's being directed now, and it looks like he's really trusting this. Very much trusting it. Leaving all behind. I'm trying to remember what I've said here, because I said quite a bit, but I said about nothing's going to get in his way now. He'll gather up what he needs, and he's off. I've covered up the one that looked like he's got roses on him. It's like he's up and he's off. He's had the go-ahead and he's gone. So 2 swords left behind. He's picked up 5 now and he's off. Whose moves next? I don't know how to play chess. Going to need someone with patience, I think, to teach me that. But yeah, it was like whose move is next. He's made his move. That's how he's seeing himself. He's charging off. How others are viewing the masculine, not really caring. He's off. He's on a mission. I think the horse is even shocked. It's like he needs to kind of catch his breath. Catch his breath. You need to, when I need to catch my breath, normally I'm having a good old chat. And I'm just speaking really fast because I'm really excited, and it's like, okay, and breathe. Okay. That kind of energy. We've got about the wind coming towards him. So, about love, look, it's the Divine Feminine here holding the cup that's got the sloppy kind of fish in it, which we know is the masculine. This is normally, I call it the puppy love card. He's in love. But it's the feminine here. Seeing as he's coming in behind her, she may, I don't know, I felt like she may know that he would speak fondly of her. Okay. I don't know, I just feel somehow here she finds out how this affects others. The masculine talking a lot. Hopes or fears, King of Cups, 2 of Cups. That's just, there is none really. Only that he might be too in love. Okay. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. I feel here he has the encouragement from others to go for it. It's about partnerships, working with like-minded people. So I feel he's going to go for it here. It's got guidance. Oh, my belly's rumbling. Got the 2 of Cups. There's no one behind him pushing him. I've covered up that person. So this is his own doing. And then we have the exchange. And we've got a Queen of Cups here. Holding, it's like all her dreams have come true within that cup. She has a crown on here. What was the other? Look how she's evolved from the page to like the Queen of Cups. Now she's a mermaid, so I want to say that he's heard something like the soul call. The call of love. And he's here arriving. It's beautiful. Outcome. Transformation with the legacy. Like I said, I covered up the kind of priest. Doesn't need anyone preaching to him. He knows what he's doing. He's the leader. Okay. Let's get this finished up then. Let's look at this death card. The Wheel of Fortune. He knows exactly where he's going. We had this wheel yesterday and I said about how it was pointing, the arrow. Look where the arrow's pointing now, to the legacy. Destiny. Nine of Swords. Because the Divine Feminine needs to rest. She's tired. It's like she's preparing to kind of go into hibernation. She's been busy. The masculines are coming in to allow the Divine Feminines to rest. Okay, bottom of the decks. I don't know if that's the Archangel Gabriel. I don't know which Archangel that is. But there's a trumpet there being blown. These guys are all rising from the dead. From the death card. It's like there's chosen ones now. So I feel like we're going to be like really seeing who the chosen ones are. Who the ones are that do rise. It's time. It's the calling. Judgment. Judgment. And the masculines are showing here that that's not even going to get in their way. Judgment. And they're not going to let that stop them. It's like they're trampling through that. And here's the feminine. It's like, I feel here that she's strong enough. She's guiding the way. But also, she will defend this as well. It's like, back down. She's very strong here. It's like she can see in the dark. So the feminines here are definitely stepped forward. Holding her flame. Maybe feels as if she was waiting at an airport. Like kind of holding his name. Okay. Let's get a journey of love. I feel like pulling a journey of love. Oh, and I did talk about unicorns. Okay. Come out and play then. All I can see is a Cheshire cat looking at me smiling when I went, come out and play then. It's like, oh, happy days. Okay. Oh, I can see the Channel of Love cards as well. We'll pull a couple of cards from now. Let's get some unicorn messages. Practice. The best way to be good at a skill is to practice, practice, practice until you get it right. This is what I feel the Divine Feminine. I spoke too much about it, helping him with his communication. Just helping him, guiding him, having that patience, understanding the journey, helping him to understand the journey. This is so much about leaving that past in the past. That means there needs to be help with healing this. Oh, elbow. Let's read it. Practice. Do you want to know why some people are really good at sports, music, or art? They practice these skills a lot. This card is a sign that you need to practice a skill that's important to you so that you can be really good at it. As you practice, some days you'll feel stronger than others, yet you'll notice that your skills improve the more you use them. Been chatting a lot, talking about love. Their beliefs now on love. Okay. As you practice, you'll learn new ways. I've really, sorry. Okay. I've jumped, haven't I? So as you practice, some days you'll feel stronger than others, yet you'll notice that your skills improve the more you use them. So have patience with yourself and your teachers. It may take time for you to learn how to do something in the best way. Practice really is the best way to improve your skills. As you practice, you'll learn new ways and methods. You'll also enjoy yourself more as you get better and better at your new skills. So, whether your dream is to paint, write, dance, sing, or do crafts, practice is one way to make your dreams come true. I think we can all take something from that, can't we? Practice our craft, our skill. Choose an area. Practice, practice, practice. Best friends. Oh, that's perfect. That's so for the divine masculine, divine feminine. Look, this union coming together. It's like in it together. Two of Cups here. King of Cups with the Queen. I didn't notice that actually, that it was the King of Cups and it was the Queen of Cups that clarified it. I've covered up one of the masculines, so it's a lot of feminine help here for the masculines. It's like they've got him covered. It's like they know the plan. Best friends. This card says that you need to spend time with a friend. Perhaps you had a fight with your buddy, or one of you needs some extra attention. Take some time today to contact this person and share your feelings with each other. The time that you share is a big gift to both of you. It also helps you become even closer. Sometimes you might feel alone in the world. At these times, remember that you always have the angels with you. Ask them to help you with your friendships. The angels can bring new people into your life whom you'll really like. The unicorns can also help you feel happy whenever you're sad or alone. All you need to do is think about the angels and they'll help you right away. We all need friends, and spending time with them is the way that people become our best friends. So reach out to the people you like today. Talk about your feelings, play games, laugh, take a walk, eat lunch together, or just sit and watch the clouds go by. No matter what you do, it's better to do it with your best friend. Okay, let's get a journey of love. Apparently not. Apparently we're getting an oracle of shadows and light. Okay, let's do this then. Then can we get a journey of love? I can't see the... I can see the journey of love. Okay, I think we'll end on these as a main message, oracle message, on these two. Let's see what the oracle of shadows and light would like to say. I wasn't planning on using these, but the cover actually goes perfectly with the colour of the card, so it's meant to be. Same with the box. Some things are meant to be. The three fates. What comes around? Okay. Card number 26. Let's see what this message is. It's happening again. Many of us have faced difficulty and troubled times in our lives. Sometimes the impact of a negative experience is so profound that it leaves us with physical, mental, and yes, spiritual residue for months, even years after the actual event. While you're still vibrating, as the three fates put it, to the energy of a negative experience, you tend to repeatedly attract echoes of that exact experience. So when you need to be alerted to that fact, the three fates will enter, showing you that this is a karmic pattern that may need to be worked on, understood, and recreated in order to be free of its influence. So I feel here straight away, we spoke about another person being in the picture here. It's had a massive impact on the divine masculine, this trust issue. So just like kind of Jasper wanting the love, but then kind of it was too much. Okay, it was just too much to trust. Just because it speaks about this karmic cycle here, this karmic pattern that needs to be worked on and understood and recreated in order to be free of its influence. And since we spoke about, you know, moving on the divine feminine, helping the divine masculine with techniques, realizations, okay, that's going to really help him to easily, a lot more easily, understand what's happened, why it's happened, and how you can really self-forgiveness and letting go of the past or the attachment to it, the influence that it's still having over you. Spoke a lot about moving on into like the current energy is a new start, a new opportunity. You may feel that there are others in charge of your fate, that they are threading the needle, weaving the patterns of the tapestry of your life, even choosing what ends and what begins. When you feel that fate has interceded and that you are not so much in control of your life, but in control of your reaction to what happens in your life, then you are beginning to work with intelligence, maturity, and understanding. With the energies of destiny, fate, and fortune, the three fates depicted so beautifully here, with their ever-turning wheel of karma, understand that it turns and turns, as your life will, through its many themes again and again. When you receive this card in a reading, and most especially as she leaps out to greet you, you will know an old pattern has circled around once again. But the whole box kind of caught my eye. It didn't kind of leap out, but hey. The three fates speak. Here it is again, that situation, that person, this lesson that you have yet to learn and that you may spend a lifetime learning. It seems you need another cosmic reminder of something that needs to be cleared and mastered. Letting go is this moment's very important lesson for you to learn. We are not suggesting forgetting this lesson, because where's the wisdom in that? We are suggesting that you move on and learn and actively replace this experience with completely different versions of the same thing. No more repeats. Okay, so kind of if you didn't get your happily ever after, okay, first time round, you're going to recreate that. Okay, you're not going to have a repeat again of not experiencing love the way that you initially wanted to. Okay. This is the opportunity to try something different and see what magic takes place when you vary the approach. You must reconnect with the opportunities you have. Staying attached to old patterns will simply make them come around again, like a thread being spun on our wheel. Learn and be released from this part of the pattern that feels like unjust fate. Divination message. You may have been enjoying your own life's reruns lately, wallowing through the memories and feeling sad, bittersweet, and nostalgic about the good old days, whenever they were exactly. You know what? It's fine to muse on the past. Your memories are precious and do need to be tended. But it's another thing altogether to be filled with regret, wishing you'd done things differently. Life is a constant do-over. You get a fresh chance every second you are alive. So stop beating yourself up. You have an opportunity to heal, to clear, to no longer feel sad about the same thing anymore. You can do things differently. You are not a prisoner of how they have always been done. What you have done, even if you judge it to be a mistake, can be reworked and learned from. That is its wisdom. You are so not alone. We all have karmic lessons, themes, stories that seem to repeat. Learn from this. Be aware of what is taking place as a fateful encounter to master life. If you take this approach, you'll be all the richer for learning, wise, free, and able to help others too. It's mighty important that you do that then, because we're on the verge of really helping quite a lot of people. So let's get this journey of love. Messages from heaven are shouting out again. So I've just covered them up with the box, but they're on my mind now. So I'm going to end on one of those after this message, which is Heart of God. Card number 9. You are a part of something profound. A divine calling and privilege. Okay, so you are part of something profound, a divine calling and privilege. It is the role of inspiratrix or inspirator upon this earth. The women and men who have hearts capable of bliss. Bliss is what we feel when we let God in. The heart opens and we cannot speak for the sensation of it. It cannot be described. Great hearts can tolerate mystery. They can bear the enormity of divine bliss, beyond analysis and description, and simply be. You don't have to do anything with it, you see. To be the inspiration is to have a heart open to the divine. It's a life calling. Your heart is an inspirational force to be loved, recognised and protected for the precious catalyst of divine awakening that it is. Be led by your heart. God is in it, speaking through it, calling you forth to love, and the love that flows through your heart filters out through your toes, dripping on those beneath you as stars falling from heaven. If you want to know your mission here for the divine masculine and divine feminine, that really. This oracle holds a message for you, direct from the divine. You have a sacred purpose to fulfill upon this earth, and it's all sorted out. This situation, this issue, this awakening that you seek and are living even now is held lovingly in the hands of the divine creator. The Creator says to you, leave it with me. It's all unfolding in perfection. I am alive in your heart. I am your heart. Okay, let's read this poem and then I'll get a message from heaven. And I'm off. When souls are touched with love sublime and hearts unleash the wonder found, a promise made somewhere in time, of words that speak without a sound. In gratitude we transcend space and bless the gifts we now can keep, of thoughts caress in soft embrace and eyes allowed in joy to weep. The moment's song that we compose will leave this life with no regret and carry forth what we impose to chart again a course once set. For what we have is ours to own. Each breath a step we measure sweet. Together now we wait alone and walk in peace, our hearts complete. It's beautiful. Okay. 3 to 1 was the next card. But let's get to messages from heaven. Communication cards. Love and guidance from the other side of life. Okay, let's end up on this message. Spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. Card number 13 is that death card, a death number. It's like unlucky for some, but not for you. Not this lifetime. Okay, it's not going to be unlucky. Turning that around. 13. Superstitious bullshit was coming through. It's like in this ear, I could just hear it. Superstitious bullshit. It's like, okay. Don't hold back. You are capable of so much. Reach your full potential and know your loved ones will be delighted at your achievements. Go for your goals. We too are excited by your success. Okay. Right, guys. Have yourself a fantastic day. And I will catch up with you soon. If you'd like a reading, then there's the new past life reading that I've got going on. Plus Skype calls have been reduced. Information will be in the description box. I will catch up with you guys all soon. Okay, so take care. Much love. Bye for now.